From Christian. Dear Knowles, can you prove the Gospels really are authentic? And why why the Jews don't see it that way? Well, I don't know that the Jews writ large question the historicity of the Gospels. Certainly, they don't believe in the divinity of Christ, by definition, I suppose. But the scholarly consensus is clear. The scholarly consensus right now is that the Gospel, according to Mark, was written within 40 years of Jesus' death. Matthew within 40 to 70 years. Luke within 30 to 60 years. John within 50 to 65 years. That's on the outside end. So think about it this way. Would you trust a biography today that was written about Andy Kaufman? Andy Kaufman was about 35 years old when he died. He died about 33 years ago. Would you trust that, or would you say, no, that's absolutely ridiculous? How could they know about Andy Kaufman? Well, there are people alive who knew him. We have movies and we have books about him. Historians all certainly also agree that about Jesus' baptism by John the Baptist and his death by Pontius Pilate. They all agree that those occurred. They might disagree about some of the miracles. Flavius Josephus, the Roman historian, writes about Christ and his followers. Tacitus, the Talmud, writes about Christ. I think it's very fashionable now to question the historicity of Christ or to question the gospel accounts. We know more about him than we know about virtually anyone else of that era. We know and we can rely on more than that. So when you engage with the text on that level, you should just read it. You should read these accounts and encounter this person. And then you'll have to grapple with Christ himself. You'll have to grapple with the person of Christ. And C.S. Lewis writes about this. When you meet him, you have three options. He's either a liar, he's either just deceiving people, going around deceiving everybody, or he's a lunatic, and he's just a total crazy person, or he's the Lord, or he's the person that he says he is. And I'll tell you, when you read those books, he sure doesn't come off as a liar. He has no incentive to be a liar. He doesn't get great rewards for his lies. That's certainly true. Infinite torture on a cross. And he doesn't seem a lunatic. He does not sound like a lunatic when you read him and you read his piercing words and his piercing actions. So it's hard not to conclude the latter. But your mileage might vary. You should read it yourself.